Hello everybody, this is Carol from Friendly Quail. I'm going to start a new journal and not Christmas yet. I'm going to do this first. This is a little golden book, I Can Fly, and I always wanted to make this for myself, just for a journal for myself. And I'm going to start that today, and this is one of the little um, golden book journals that I made in the past. This is a Christmas one. And it's very different than what I tend to do now because this has uh, the signatures right through the spine, and I have buttons and things on this one, and it's big signatures, which I could do smaller ones, but this is the way I always did these, and a lot of people do. So anyway, I'm going to start that journal, but this is how it turns out. Now I make a spine for it, so I have to put fabric on it. So I picked out some, and I want your advice. From the front, only a little bit shows, but I'm gonna kind of show you like that, maybe. So this is one. This is number one. It's red. It has cats playing musical instruments. And I tea dyed this because the cats were bright white. And this is kind of off-white. So I thought it matched a little bit better. So that's number one. That's one of my choices. This is another one. Now I have to kind of fold this around so you can see. This picks up the black and the blue on the cover. And it's maybe not as busy as the cats, but not that matters. And the other one I was looking at is this. This is a feed sack from the 1940s. And that one just picks up the blue and the off-white. So I would like you to tell me in the comments which one you think would be the best. And meanwhile, I'm going to start making the cover. And I won't put the fabric on until after I see what you think. So a little golden book has 2 signatures in it. So when you put it in a book, you can have the full signatures in the right order so you can still read the story if you do it into 2 signatures. So usually when I make one of these, I do 3 signatures and I have it in the first and the third. I have the story and the middle doesn't have any. So you have to get to their staples in here. And so I pull off this edge here, and there's like 2 staples for sure. Up here is another one. Yeah, I think it's right in here. And if you get any of this off whole, you can use it in stuff in the journal. You can use it on tags or whatever. Yeah, here it is. Now, this type of book does have a hinge right here. But when you put a new journal cover on it, I'm going to get my trusty staple remover. When you put a cover on it, when you put another spine, I mean, the spine, if you go on right here, on the edge here, then you've got that floppy. That's floppy, and you've got a new floppy here. So I tend to cut my covers off, which means I have to make the pages smaller out of the book. And I do that. I'm lifting up the ends of the staples right now. And I'm going to go to the other side and see if I can get it pulled out. Ooh, I did it again. I started and I just jumped right in because I'm all excited. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm glad you're here. See, I have to get it off this part here. Welcome to my channel. This is Carol. And if you haven't, I'm just going to cut a little slit in there because I'm going to end up cutting this part off. I'm going to see if I can get at the staple through the paper here. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Yeah, there's a staple. This book is a book that was published originally in 1951, which was the year I was born. However, this is not from 1951. This book was published for the 50th anniversary of Little Golden Books, reissued. And here, down here, it says 1992 in Roman numerals. So it wasn't published. It was originally published in 1951. And then they reissued it in 1992, which is when this is from. Now, this book was well loved. It's got stains in it and, you know, things like that. See if I can get this out here. These are really tough staples. And there it is. Be careful because you don't want to step on that. You don't want that on your floor. So there, staples are out. So now these hinges will come out. I broke off part of the staple. I have to get, oh, there, I got it out. Okay, so now you have two signatures. Okay, now before I do anything else, I will take a pencil and I will number them. And I won't number it right down in the corner because I might be cutting some of that off. And I can always erase these. So I'm going to just put it somewhere near the bottom. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And that is because you will mix them up when you take them apart. And if you want them in order in the book, you have to make sure that you know what the order is. Okay? I'm going to throw these staples away. They're not rusty enough to be worth anything. Now, I'm going to cut the covers off along the edge here, right along the edge. I'm using, I don't know which side is better to do it from, but they're a 1/2 inch, it's a 1/2 inch in. And sometimes, well, I got it through right away. Sometimes I was going to say you have to go more than once. So I'm kind of measuring a 1/2 inch, so I'm getting it straight, because that's what it seemed like it was for this. The older ones, I think, were thicker cardboard because they seem to be a little harder to do. Now I'm looking at this. Might want to cut a little bit more off. I'm going straight. The covers are about 8 inches, but I make my pages a little bit smaller than that. Whoop. Come on, you can do it. Did I get it all off? A little bit too much, but that'll be covered up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, so that's my front cover. And do my back cover here. This one here, it's the same thing. It's like got a fold right there. Let me get it straight on here. And cut that off. There we go. Perfect. It's a little hard to cut, more hard to cut out because it seemed like I was a little bit more in the hinge. Okay, so I'm going to be putting this back together with a new spine. And I cut a new spine out of cardboard. And it's actually a little bit thicker than this board is. But we're going to be putting it together like this. This will be covered up too. You end up keeping these. You will have some fabric a little bit over the edge. Okay, so I'm going to use some of this. This is tie-back tape. It's used when they're putting insulation in houses and stuff like that, if I can find the end here. Haven't used it for a while. Where is it? I should have found that before I went on. I'm going to put you on pause for a sec. Now I'm back. As soon as I put you on pause, I found it, but it took me a little bit to get it. Now I'm going to end up putting one on here and one on here. And I don't want to go, you know, too far over the edge of this because I want the fabric to cover it up. But I'm going to cut off a piece and then I'll cut whatever I don't use off later. Oop. That's not what, this is really sticky. Okay, now I also want a hinge. So I have to be careful how I do this. So I'm going to start by putting it on the front cover. And I only want to go over, you know, like ½ inch is the most. Okay. Then, see how good it sticks? I want it to go around the corner. Be careful you don't get it onto the cover. Can you tell I haven't done this for a while? I think I'm going to do it from this side. Okay, I want to keep about 1/8 of an inch in between. I'm making sure that I have this lined up so it's straight. And I'm going to grab my, if I can find it. I just can't win today. I'll put you on pause again. Okay, this is what I was looking for in my bone folder. So I am putting that in between so that I have a space, but I can have a hinge. So I'm rubbing it onto the sides of the piece. So it goes down into this. And now I'm going to cut it off. Sorry about the noise. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Now I have to do the same thing on the other side. Left my end up, but it went back down. Now, you can use other things for this. You know, other tapes or other types of things. But this stuff is really sticky and really strong. So I know that if I got it over the edge even ½ of an inch, it will stick. I will be putting fabric over it. Going in about ½ inch. I'm eyeballing it. I just put it on the wrong side. Oh, I hope now. Oh, darn. Oh, no, I didn't. I thought I was putting it on the wrong side. I started ripping it off. I'll have to repair that. Darn it. I am not having the best day here so far. I've been trying to get up on my mojo to do something. Because it goes on like this. Eventually, you're going to have fabric on that. I am not going to put one on or glue one on until I know which one I'm going to use. But just for the example, since I already have this one small in a smaller piece because I thought, well, I'll tea dye it and see what it looks like. What you end up doing is covering this like this. You get that down into the hinges with about a ½ an inch over the board. So I lose just a little bit of that. And then you end up putting this on like this and gluing that on. So I have to make, you would have to make sure that you cover everything, and that's why I'm not putting it on right now. But you would cover all the stuff that you put on there, and you would glue this on the inside with the hinge. And see, this one, this is why I thought maybe this is a little too busy, even though I like the cats. But that's number 1, number 2, number 3. Why don't you tell me what you think I should do in the comments below? And then next time we'll come back and I'll put that fabric on the cover. There we go. All right. So that's it for today. And I will see you in my next video. But until then, do something you love to do every day, because that's the secret to happiness. And I'll see you then. Bye.